Okay, next hole. So this is hole 13. If hole 11 wasn't the hardest hole, this is the hardest hole. And unfortunately the sun's kind of in my way, it's going to be kind of hard to see. This is an extremely demanding hole. It is 330 feet, I believe, par 3. And you can see this tunnel here. Given the length of the shot, you know, this hole is probably tighter than the last hole. That was only 230 feet. This is 100 feet more. And you've got to hit this gap in front of you. I mean, I throw a mid-range on this. Dead straight. A little bit of turn at the end, and a little bit of fade at the very, very end. Let it finish off. This is a very hard hole, and one you could easily take a 5 or a 6 on if you miss the initial gap. What's really hard about it is, even if you hit this initial gap, you can't fade off early. You have to make it all the way up to the mat. So this shot goes straight, and then it dog legs left toward the end. After I would say about 250, 275. And you cannot fade out earlier than that. It has to go all the way straight. If you fade out early, you have no chance at a par. You can see, even if you make this initial gap here, which isn't that easy to make, even if you do that, you still, if you fade off early before the dog leg, you're pinched. You have to pitch out. There's no way you can get up and down from there. I throw a mid-range. You want to throw something that will flip and will not fade. It's the biggest key. You actually could go long. If you throw too far, you can see now here's the turn here. So I'd say this is at about maybe 275. And then you've got another 75, 80 feet to the basket from here. My shot was amazing. I mean, I threw a shot right into the gap. I'm going to have an easy up and down for a par. I've got 75 feet. Just kind of pitch up for the par. Very hard hole. I was very happy with my shot. I threw my mid-range, my trusty compass here. Latitude 64 compass. It's a great mid-range. It goes straight as an arrow. It can turn. Maybe I'd say slightly understable disc. It's a great disc. Again, this is an awesome hole. This is a very challenging hole. I've taken 5s and 6s on it. To get a 3 on this is almost unbirdieable. I mean, to birdie this hole, you'd have to just really go for it with something like a distance drive or overstable, and just really go for it. Really take the risk. And you can see, I mean, unless you get all the way up here, you're not parring this hole. This is very hard. And I'm very happy with my shot. Easy par.